So I'm gonna make a video about what 2026 means to me energetically, and I believe that 2026 is the year of renewal. And even when I look astrologically what the year is, or through numerologically, ironically, even without knowing the numerology for the year, it said new beginnings. But I said it's a year of renewal. That's the energy of the year. It's kind of like, I also got, for the energy of 2026, I also got energy of unforeseen consequences. So whatever action that you do, where there is a risk, there is an unforeseen consequence of this action. And that's for 2026. And that energy actually, or that energy was actually it's kind of like Saturn, when Saturn was in Aries during 2025, and I'm not sure if it will be Aries or be Pisces for 2026. Also, 2026 is a year when I'm 28, which is my Saturn's return. But that energy is like Saturn Aries, where with Aries being where you have to take action and prioritize taking action, and let's say Saturn being the responsibility, you take responsibilities for this action. There's gonna be unforeseen consequences for specific actions, and how it looks on the world stage is that I'm not sure exactly about who's gonna be in war, but from what I've heard from other psychics, and I think that's what I got, United States is gonna, or some country, or United States thing is gonna play some sort of, not zero sum game, but is gonna create some sort of conflict with China. And with creating this conflict with China, there's an unforeseen consequence regarding creating this conflict with a specific country. And that China will strategize something regarding to what is happening to them, and the strategy that they'll create will not be overt and will not be seen in plain sight. It will be really hidden. So they're going to be really hidden with what they're going to create as a consequence for what we're doing, or what us is doing. And so it's also the year of, and so what I got also 2026 energetically, it feels like, how to say this, it feels like, it's interesting because it feels like being in a kind of like floating, or being afloat. So that's the type of energy of, it's kind of like an energy of being afloat or staying afloat in regards to being in like, I don't know, like a pond or something like that. It's like the energy of staying afloat. This kind of thing where despite the circumstances, there's gonna be this feeling of trying to stay afloat, or trying to have like this way of doing things that is beneficial, and that has to do with the energy of renewal. And I feel like this energy also, when I got, even like, it's interesting because even when I looked at the energy for January, and January 25, February 25, I actually got, interestingly enough, I actually got this energy also of like, of this energy of like these disasters, or these weather disasters and inclinations that are gonna, like flooding. That's what I got in January 2025, is actually flooding. I actually got that, I think even before the floods came, I actually got that energy. It's ironically because it was before the flood came, I actually got this energy of flooding and some sort of catastrophe, but it feels like a water catastrophe. It's this energy, this feeling that that what happens to you relative to the economy, relative to things that are going on in the external world, circumstances will cause a person to, let's say, try to become afloat, or try to be on the surface, or trying to be like on top of things, on top of the water. And and so basically fire, and also Fire Horse. It's the year of the Fire Horse as well, which is Fire Horse is about tenacity, leaders, but also, well, I actually looked. I had an original website that I looked at, and then I looked at the Chinese website and liked that one better. But Fire Horse has to do with endurance, stubbornness, full hardness. So whatever specific situation that we encounter, we will have to when people will have to have endurance and stubbornness to deal with that specific situation, and full hardness as well. And they'll fight in everything they do to harness this energy. When they mature, when they mature, they'll harness this energy, but they'll fight in this tribe, despite circumstances, and that's the energy of fighting. This for the horses fighting, and I feel like when appearing to be, and also the force appearing to be a hero as well, sociability, openness, courage, passion, tendency to give up early. That's the weakness, is the tendency to give up early. In Chinese culture, it's energetic, dynamic. It represents speed, perseverance, nature. Smart, it's charismatic, lively, overflowing with enthusiasm, stubborn. The fire is passionate, energetic, enthusiastic, adventurous. 2026, the universal year, numerologically, 2026 represents number 1, which is beginnings, individuality, leadership. The energy is expected to bring opportunities for starts in pioneering innovations, but also calls for courage and resilience as old systems are challenged. It's time for bold decisions in love and career. And personal growth will set the foundation for the future. So basically means that with regards to opportunity, it's a good time to create opportunity, because of the year 1 is new beginnings. It's a good time to create opportunity for work, for career, for love, new beginnings regarding that, and personal growth as well. It's kind of like setting up the foundation for the future. And old systems that were there are going to be challenged, and that kind of like makes sense in a way where these old systems will collapse and will create new systems as well. Also 2025, which is the year of 9, which is the year of completion, and it's actually related to my year personally, because of the fact that I actually had to let go of certain things in order to create the new. So basically, I had to let go of my old job in a way where I moved into another place because I connected with this guy spiritually. So I moved to Hawaii for a month, and I was living there. It was beneficial for me because I got a lot from being there. It was kind of like a vacation, and I got a lot from creating this community with the natural environment and seeing how people live and stuff like that. And so it's kind of like where these endings are completed, and it will create new beginnings. And so So it's kind of a year of completion where these things, certain things were completed in order, it has to be ended in order to create a new beginning. That was the year of 9, and now it's the year of 1. And I'll do a year for 2027 as well, because I actually got a little bit. 2027 is one of the positive years, actually, and that's even said in different places or in different websites, the human design website as well, that 2027 is going to be one of those positive years, and I can see that energetically, that 2027 is going to be a positive year in 2028 as well, and the following years as well. But the 2027 is actually, what I got is implementation of technology as well for that year. Yeah. So that's what I got for 2026. Basically, what I got is that despite the specific circumstance that you'll go to, you'll stay afloat, and you'll stay kind of in the situation where you're kind of like thriving and having endurance against the circumstances that you're in. Also, yeah. I also got energetically, it's the year of unforeseen consequences as well. So be careful of the consequences of your actions.